Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today on Matt's World DIY, I want to talk to you about hummingbirds, specifically how you can attract these beautiful creatures to your property or to your backyard so that you can observe them in their natural habitat and also provide them with a tasty, healthy, safe treat. So without any further delay, let's get to it. I have a lot of information for you today, and I want to let you know that the information I'm going to share is verified with the Smithsonian National Institute website, and I'm going to provide a link for you in the description below. I'm also going to give you a link that shows you the migratory pattern and the calendar of where these beautiful creatures are at any given point in time. I got my hummingbird feeder off of Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description below for this as well. And one of the things you want to keep in mind whenever you're getting your feeders is that hummingbirds are really attracted to red. And so most feeders will have red on them, but I decided to go with this one. Number one, I thought because the glass itself is really pretty, and it also has these little red flowers on it that will help attract the hummingbird. This is where they stick their little beak in there and then they go to town drinking their nectar. Another part of this hummingbird feeder is what they call the moat. Now the moat would connect to the top here like this, and then this top hook hangs on whatever it is that you're suspending your feeder from, and you would fill it with water, and this would prevent any other kind of creatures climbing down and taking advantage of the free food that you have for your hummingbirds. So use it if you want or don't, whichever. Now, what do you fill the hummingbird feeder with? Let's talk about that next. Many times you can go into the big box stores and you will see packages of hummingbird food. Now, I'm not going to, trash talk those products, but you have to be careful with whatever it is that you're providing the hummingbirds, because some of these may contain dyes and artificial preservatives and that type of stuff that could potentially be harmful to the birds. So my recommendation is make your own hummingbird nectar at home, and you can do this very easily. All it is sugar and water, but you have to make sure you get the ratio of sugar and water correct. And what that ratio is 4 to 1. 4 parts water to 1 part sugar. And it's just plain old white granulated sugar that's melted in the water. For a normal batch, you could do 1 full cup of water and then a 1/4 cup of sugar. That's a ratio of 4 parts water to 1 part sugar. I'm going to do a half batch of that today, so I have a 1/2 cup of water, and to that I'm going to add 1/8 of a cup of granulated sugar. Simple as that. Now, to this I'm going to just stir it up until it melts, and whenever it's fully dissolved, then I can put it into my feeder. It's very important that you get the ratio 4 to 1 correct, because if you add too much sugar, that could be dangerous for the birds. If you don't add enough sugar, then the nectar is going to be too weak and not sweet enough. So the birds may decide, you know what, I'm actually getting better nectar from the flowers, so I'm just gonna bypass that feeder that this guy's got hanging on his back patio. So instead of that, make sure you do proper 4 to 1. If it's 1 cup water, if it's 1 cup water, it's 1/4 cup of sugar. If you do a half batch, a 1/2 cup of water, do 1/8 of a cup of sugar. Everything has an expiration date, and hummingbird nectar is no exception. If you don't use all of your hummingbird nectar right away, you don't put it all into your feeder, you can store that in the refrigerator for about 2 days and you should be fine, and then you can use it as you need it in your feeder. If you place it in your hummingbird feeder and it's outside, I would not recommend you keeping that out there for more than 2 to 3 days max, because then there could be the potential for the nectar to go bad and maybe even mold and that type of stuff to develop. And you don't want to make your poor little birds sick. So make sure you discard any of the old nectar so that it doesn't spoil and go bad and make the poor little birds sick. Filling up your hummingbird feeder is a very easy thing. Just turn it upside down, screw the base off. When all of your sugar is dissolved, all you have to do is pour the desired amount into your feeder. Let's just do it all. Then take the base, place it back on the bottle, screw it tightly so you don't have any leaks. And when you turn it over, it's going to start kind of gurgling into the little ports where the birds feed off of. Bloop, 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 bloop. And it looks as though I don't have any nectar in the bottle because it's all in the base of the feeder right now. Now I'm just going to put these little perches back on so that the birds have something to stand on. And then we're ready to hang it. Now I'm going to take this outside and just make sure that I place it in the right place. So let's talk about where to place your hummingbird feeder next. When placing your hummingbird feeder outside, don't put it too close to any reflective surface like the windows, or if you have a mirror outside, don't put it up against that, because birds of all kinds can get confused and they may just fly right into the reflection of the glass, and there's actually a lot of disasters that occur whenever birds do that. So the mortality numbers can kind of go up. So we don't want that. Another cautionary thing is if you have multiple feeders, don't put them too close to each other, because hummingbirds, while they are pint-sized little guys, they are ferocious. They are very territorial and they will fight. So be careful not to place your feeders too close or too nearby each other. Another word of caution is if you have cats outside, I would probably advise not putting up a bird feeder because that's just like a little trap for your birds. It's setting them up for a disaster, and I don't think that's what we want either. This DIY method for feeding your hummingbirds is actually the most economical and safest for those birds. So I hope you found today's little tips and tricks on how to attract and safely feed hummingbirds very helpful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also check out some of my other DIY projects I have on my DIY playlist. I'll see you next time.